Aloha, Oahu, kapua kiri ikua kamai. Maho mai au ka aina o pula pula, ka awa wa waenai. Ke ia pepa, ke ia Act 55, hewa loa. You know, I come from Waianae. I'm a homesteader. I'm blessed to be a homesteader. Very thankful for it. But this Act 55 got passed in 2011, and we weren't looking out for it. But today we are looking out at it. Because today we recognize the consequences of what could come. I also recognize the value of the intent of Act 55 to try and bring revenue. You know, it was purported, you know, to look for monies to help our schools, to help our parks, to help our communities. But personally, as I try to keep up with all of the information that's coming out with Act 55, I see that it's more of a government partnership with private corporation benefit at the taxpayer's expense. And I say this because who has the monies to develop? Is it our local organizations? Is it our nonprofits that are actually servicing the people out of the goodness of their heart? Because you know, when you're nonprofit, when you're servicing your communities, when you're active in your civic clubs, in your homestead associations, in your community associations, that's out of love. Love and service. Like Auntie Ululani had said, out of service to your community, to your fellow human. But acts such as these open the doorway for commercialization, to monopolize our lands, to capitalize upon our tax dollars, to further subjugate the locals of this aina, of the koko and without the koko, because we're all locals. Whether you come in and adopted our ways, the way that we love each other, we love our aina, and we want to protect and take care of it. That's what we're talking about, our locals, our aina, which we have a bond to, that native peoples have a bond to, their aina. Coming from Waianae, I see our beautiful Waianae Valley. We have organizations, Ka'ala Cultural Learning Center, commonly known as Ka'ala Farms. This land, Hawaiian Homelands, DLNR lands, Department of Ag lands, the state coming in a partnership with a corporation that has the monies to build and develop, to come into my valley, onto my aina, and my moku, and build up something that we don't want. I've seen the flow chart. I've seen a little bit of the Waimanalo meeting, which I appreciate Senator Pohai Ryan for providing for us. But that flow chart to me, even as I saw, you know, there's little pieces of community input. But the community input that's going to be disregarded, just like the input, the recommendations to the administrative rules that has been disregarded. I think those input, especially from larger organizations, more of the well-known organizations like the Office of Hawaiian Affairs, like Blue Planet, like the Sierra Club, even from the proponents, that those suggestions be put out and there be rationale as to why it's not implemented, why it doesn't work for PLDC. Because our concern is that with the exemptions, the waivers, the broad stroke of a pen, that 5 of you have the power to do. That broad stroke of the pen is going to affect all of us. The fact that we only have one hearing on one island in one small room speaks for itself. That, to me, that totally demonstrates what PLDC is going to do. They're going to do whatever the heck they feel like doing, regardless of the community input, regardless of the justified rationale as to why things should either pull back, reconsider, or completely change. Now, when we're not paying attention to those knowledgeable people, which there have been many that want to work with you, when we're not paying attention and considering, including and implementing their mana'o, their strong suggestions, we're also opening the floodgates for litigation. So not only do we open the floodgates for litigation, we open the floodgates for discontented citizens of this fake state. So this should not be the one and only hearing. That in itself is a total travesty. So I ask you to reconsider and go to the neighbor islands. I think that much of the initial objectivity that you folks witnessed, I think maybe some of that has calmed down. Maybe we've become more informed about what you have and still need to do. And perhaps we can present ourselves in a way to which is more acceptable to you. But oftentimes, the things that we are left with leaves us with the behavior that you see. So I ask you again, especially for our neighbor islanders, to please go back and take a look at it. Please reconsider all of the mana'o of our more known and knowledgeable people. And this is a fake state. All of what they call ceded land is seized land. We do not have no true documentation of actual statehood of a treaty. So that is still a separate battle, but it's one that's always going to come up because it's still there. The apology bill acknowledges that. We have unresolved claims. So bear in mind that things that are done today, when the time comes, will be moved, because all that has been done since the time is illegal. Mahalo nui.